Hello everyone. We got a beautiful day today. I personally love the rain. I don't know about you guys. But I wanted to share a thought on motivation. Um, First, I want you to ask yourself, what is motivation? When you think of motivation, what do you think of? A couple things people tend to think about is one, they tend to think of it in a positive nature. That's not a bad thing. Dig that one. But motivation is not a naturally positive nature um, thing. Okay, it is a dependent. It depends upon you. Okay, so it can be negative or positive nature depending entirely upon you. Another thing people tend to think about when they think about motivation is their emotions. So like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why did you just yell at me? Why did you smile at me? Why did you do whatever you did? They say because I'm feeling great, because I'm feeling bad, because I'm feeling sad, because I'm feeling glad, whatever it was. They usually blame it on their feelings and they assume that their feelings or emotions are the motives. No, there's something that motivated those emotions and feelings that ended up becoming the actions that you took for whatever reason you took them. So it could have been you got up one morning and your parents got onto you, and that was on your mind for the rest of the day. So what you were thinking about ended up turning into the motive for your reason of being. A motive or motivation is the reason you act or are the way you are in whatever situation you're in. Okay? So, whenever you're having just negative responses to something, you need to ask yourself what your motives are. You need to assess what's going on and the motives behind why you are being that way. You need to dig deep. What's bothering you? What's bugging you? And why? And get into that. Talk to yourself. Self-talk helps a ton. I can't tell you the millions of problems that I've been through and dealt with just a little bit of self-talk. Okay? If you're the praying type, that helps a ton too. So just something to keep in mind. But motivation is not a naturally positive natured thing. Okay? That runs us into inspiration. What is the difference between inspiration and motivation? Motivation is really anything external that can get your inspiration rolling. Inspiration is that internal, consistent motivation. Inspiration is the same type of thing as motivation in the sense that it is not a naturally positive natured thing or naturally negative. It's a dependent upon you. Okay? Inspiration is that internal voice in your mind when you're about to go up to that guy or girl and ask them for their number. What are you telling yourself internally? Are you telling yourself, they're not going to like me, they're going to think I'm ugly, or they're not going to give me their number, I don't stand a chance, why am I doing this? That's a negative inspiration. Versus the opposite of that would be a positive inspiration. So what are the internal thoughts? What's going through your mind and why? Why is it that you talk to yourself that way? A lot of times that has to do with your motives, but not always. It doesn't always have to do with your motives. Sometimes it has to do just with kind of like a subconscious setting. That's Ruby, my dog, by the way. A subconscious setting that you set up in your mind, sometimes without knowing it. A lot of people do it in the moment and they know they're setting it up, but then years go by, months go by, weeks go by, a given amount of time goes by, and they don't remember. They don't remember why that is the way it is inside them. Okay, so the difference between inspiration and motivation is one is external and causes the internal to happen. Okay, inspiration is the internal thoughts that you use to drive yourself forward to do whatever it is you're doing. Your motivations is the reason for doing that, kind of like a goal almost. The difference between motivation and a goal is the reason why you're going to question your motivation and inspiration. The goals is the big why. So I want to own an island and Bugattis one day. That would be your goal. So that's why you're going to question your motives. You're going to check your inspiration. You're going to make sure they're both in a positive nature and both always on point so that you can reach that goal of yours. These three, goals, inspiration, and motivation, work together. Okay, and they work awesome together if you keep them in a positive nature, if you keep that self-talk going and keep that type of stuff up. So there's my thought for the day on motivation, inspiration, and goals. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment your thoughts down below and let me know what else or what other kind of content you would enjoy seeing. Let me know your thoughts on today's thought, though. Peace out.